Hey there everybody, it's the Nasty One here again, and welcome back to another episode of our Hot Corners franchise mode here on Super Mega Baseball 3. Last we left off, we had just destroyed the Wild Pigs. I believe it was, final score was 16-3. Let me refresh my memory here. 18-3. Wow, I gave our offense a little less credit than it should have gotten. But yes, we've actually been destroying and hitting the ball pretty well these first three games, and I know I said that I would let Rhubarb pitch on the same difficulty as the other three pitchers, but I realized that's not going to cut it, and I actually want these games to be a little bit entertaining, so I think I've raised it to 75, so hopefully that's right. I mean, it sounded right, but I can't see down there right now because that's where my streamer bar is. So I will check there in a moment. But let's do what we were going to do last time out and get a bullpen session here for our man, Grump Everbright. The 29-year-old reliever needs a chance to increase his velocity as well as his junk ratings. So let's go ahead and purchase that for him. Because, I mean, of the other ones, this Nora Holmes one is going to be gone more than likely at the end of next game. Same thing with Joseph Broseph, so we're not going to be able to get either of them. Noah Kaiser's is more than likely going to be gone, though it does have a lesser chance of being here next time. And Yolanda Cooper's, well, I'm not really looking to increase her contact or her accuracy. Her accuracy is already her best trait, so she doesn't really need that. And Sirloin Jones is 35. He's more than likely going to retire at the end of this season, plus he doesn't need any more velocity than he already has. So this one here actually makes the most sense. So let's go ahead and grab this for Grump. Although we could have waited and gotten it after the next game, but might as well just get it now so we have an extra slot opened up for another opportunity to come our way. So let's go ahead and jump into today's game. We're taking on the Herbisaurs, who are the extreme defensive experts. They have great defense, great speed, a good starting rotation, but their bullpen and their actual overall hitting ratings are not that great. So they really rely on keeping the games low scoring in order to win. So Dirk Sportswood is really rattled after last episode, especially with the errors he kept making in the field. So he's probably coming out. We'll probably put Burko at first. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll put in someone else to DH. Beau Belter, of course, got hurt last game, so he's going to miss, judging by the 3 bars, he's probably going to miss 2 games. So we'll swap him with James here. So James is in center, and then we'll sub him out for Seymour Sox, who actually plays right field. DeGrande's a little tired, so we're going to put in Lars Stagleaf. It also benefits us that a righty is on the mound, so that improves his hitting attributes just a little bit, and that might make all the difference. And then for the DH, now this would ideally go to DeGrande, but we want him to rest up, so our choices are Miyoshi, who's our utility outfielder, or Randy Mann from the Blowfish. And seeing as how his fielding actually sucks, let's make Randy the actual DH today. Alright, so let's give me a minute here as we go through the lineup here to see where I want everyone to hit. Here, Stagleaf's going to bat last. Actually, put Man 7th. Oh, put Man 8th. Yeah, put him there. Put Burko 7. Holmes will be 6. Dash is 5. Sox actually doesn't. Let's have him bat second. He's actually got more speed than James, so make him bat first. Actually, Sox, James. Then we'll have jumps. Live bat 3. Jumps will be 4. Bash is 5. Holmes, Burko, Man, Stagleaf. Okay, and Rhubarb's on the hill. Let's go. So Sportswood is more than likely going to sit out this game and also probably the next game as well, because it's going to take 2 games for his mojo to return to normal. As you can see again, we're at Red Rock Park for the 4th consecutive game as we opened the season with a 4-game homestand, which is amazing. What kind of luck that is, I don't know. Guess they're just bringing this new team in slowly. So we're taking on teams that are actually very different. The Hot Corners are known for their offense, while the Herbisaurs are known for their defense. So let's see how things work out here. But Stewart is definitely suffering an injury. Clark, I believe I misstated that she has an injury coming into this game. She doesn't. It's actually just fatigue, so she's playing tired. So leading off is Henry Hamster, a mainstay in their order. He plays third base primarily. He's also known for hitting high pitches, but he's not hitting very well this year. He's actually at an .091, so Let us do what we can. Oh, Rhubarb is a side armor. Oh, yes, please. I love side armors. There's second pitch hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Nothing we can do about that one. And now Hamster's on him. He's going to go. He's going to steal at any opportunity given to him. Here's Ralph Blue. He's a shortstop. I believe he was a bench player on the original Herbisaurs roster. There's a heater. No go on the first pitch. Okay. Pick him off. Go get him. All right, nice. All right, let him know we're thinking about him here. Just outside. Okay, 1-1. Change up. Okay, he's out in front. Good. That's where we want him to be. Turn this away from the mic so that way you might be able to hear me better. It's just really hot, so I have a fan on here. There's the next pitch. Slider in the dirt. 2-2 now. Okay. Not chasing. Heater. Well, he popped it up, broke his bat on the play. Stagcleat calling for in fair territory, makes the catch. Runner retreats, failed hit and run. 1 out now for Grunt Manley, who was the first baseman in the first 2 installments of the game. Pitch is outside. The throw down from Stagcleat is not in time as Hamster easily swipes second base. Now RBI man is into effect for Manley, which he was known for in the first game. He's a very good RBI hitter. Change up hit the short, right to Holmes. Runner gets back. 2 outs, runner at second for Morton Stanberg. He was on the Herbisaurs in the first 2 games as well. So far, only no actual changes yet. They're all players that have been on the roster. Second pitch called a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Change up is at the knees, called for a strike, 1-2. Heater up high, 2-2 now. 2-seamer right down the middle. Strike 3 on the check swing by Stanberg. And that's Rhubarb getting out of the inning. To the bottom of the first we go. It remains 0-0. There's Seymour Sox. 3 for 4 in the game from previously. He drove in a run. And he was filling in for the injured Beau Belter out in center. He'll be playing right field today. And Olaf Slackoff will be the pitcher. His pitch is a strike of the letters. 0-1. Second pitch is fouled off just late on Sox's part, 0-2. Third pitch up the middle, that's going to be a base hit. Sox is going to keep his little hot streak going here to start the season. It's his first start here on his new team. Now Geronimo James up. First pitch is low at the knees, 0-1. Second pitch is going to be lined to short, but it's going to be right to Stewart. He's going to make the catch easily, 1 out. Now Stand Alive up. He's hit .467 on the season. I believe he's the only starter to not hit a home run. That ball is hit out to left center. It's going to be run down easily by Sachs. Now Sachs is new, so we need him when he comes up to bat. And there's Jeb Jumps here, left-handed batter, second baseman. First pitch from Slackoff is going to be high for a strike, 0-1. Or 1-0, sorry. High for a ball. That's down in the middle, 1-1 the count now. That one is swung through by Jumps, 1-2, he's behind. That's going to be lined softly, just off the glove of Manley, 1-2 still. That's lined softly the other way, fighting it off. Jumps is 1-2 still the count. That's going to be lined in the left center field. That's going to get to the gap. Sachs will be over, though, using his great speed, make the catch. So each pitcher gives up a hit in the first, but no runs come of it. 5, 6, and 7 do it for the Herbisaurs here against Rhubarb. This is Yoink Sachs, making his debut in the Super Mega League this season. First pitch is called a strike at the letters, 0-1. He was not in the original Herbisaurs lineup. Second pitch grounded to Burko. He'll make the play and tap the bag, 1 out. Annabella Stokes, she was in the original lineup as well. Looks at a strike on the corner, 0-1. Strike 2. Third pitch almost nails her, 1-2. Change up below the knees, 2-2. Heater high, full count now. Slider hit up the middle. Holmes dives, it gets past her. James will cut it off and fire back in. Runner at first with 1 out. Now Steve-O Reeves up. He is new, I believe. Ball high, 1-0. Second pitch is on the outside corner, called a strike. Throw down is not in time as Stokes steals second. 1 out still, runner in scoring position now. Third pitch is called a strike, 1-2 the count now. Swung through for strike 3, throw down to third, not in time as Stokes swipes third. Now Milo Stewart up. He's an RBI dud, so he's not known for driving in runs. Plus he's playing Hertz, that really hurts his ratings as well. First pitch called a strike at the letters, 0-1. Change up just outside, 1-1. Heater below the knees, 2-1. Here on the high outside corner, 2-2 now. Now he's a tough out. Now his ratings are counteracting each other, so really, let's see what he does. Chase that one slider way inside, still 2-2. That's below the knees, almost in the dirt, full count now. Rhubarb delivers. It's called a strike on the inside corner. To the bottom of the second we go. One more hit given up by Rhubarb, but it remains 0-0. Here's Bash, Holmes, and Burko to face Slackoff. Bash is ripped foul, way out in front of it, 0-1. Swung through it, 0-2. Ball outside, 1-2 the count now to Bash. That's ripped foul, fighting it off as Bash. Here's the fifth pitch. Outside, 2-2 the count now. High ball 3, so Bash has worked the full count. Here's the next pitch from Slackoff. Chased it, Bash is down on strikes for the first out. It's behind on the fastball. That'll bring up Nora Holmes. First pitch driven, foul, 0-1, a little late. Swung through, 0-2. Slackoff working ahead now. That's lined softly to right. Coming in now is Stanberg to make the catch for the second out. They'll bring up Stu Burko. Has 5 home runs on the season already. First pitch outside, just 1-0. All low, 2-0 the count now from Slackoff to Burko. That third pitch is skied down the right field line. Stanberg going over into corner, on the line, and he'll make the catch for the final out of the inning. No hits given up by Slackoff. To the third, it remains 0-0 with Fiona Clark leading off here for the Herbisaurs, the catcher today. She was on the original roster as well. Looks at a strike at the letters, 0-1. Second pitch is on the outside corner, 0-2 now. Here's the third pitch from Rhubarb. Slider just below the knees, did not get the call, 1-2. Two-seamer fouled off, 2-2. Heater popped foul. Burko's not going to be able to get there. Wasn't even anywhere near his glove. Still 1-2. Change up just outside. 2-2 the count. Slider hit up the middle. It's past the diving jumps into center field. That'll be another base hit for the Herbisaurs. Pretty dangerous with their base hits. They can turn them into doubles and triples easily with stolen bases. That'll bring back up the leadoff man, Henry Hamster. Looks at one at the knees. 0-1. Changeup caught a strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Slider dribbled, foul just in front of the plate. Would have been a great double play opportunity, but remains 0-2. Fourth pitch hit foul. Hamster staying alive now. Fifth pitch is just below the knees, 1-2. Sixth pitch hit on the ground to second, jumps, flips the second one. On to first is Holmes, double play. Turn on the speedy Hamster. And now there's 2 outs with nobody on for Ralph Blue. Blue swings at the first pitch fastball, drives it deep to left field, and that's going to carry out into the off the second deck landing, or I guess face. Yeah, it's the face of the second deck seats. And it's going to be a 1-0 Herbisaurs on the second homer of the season for Ralph Blue. And that'll bring up Grunt Manley. First pitch changeup called a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Heater high, 1-1 the count now. Slider ripped down into right field, socks up, beeps at the fence, and it just gets past him. It's gone. Back-to-back home runs for the Herbisaurs here. That's Grunt Manley's first of the season, and it's now 2-0 Herbisaurs. Bring up Stanberg now. First pitch to him is grounded towards the right field. Jumps, cuts it off, fires to Rhubarb covering the bag, and that's the third out. But the Herbisaurs pull ahead with 2 back-to-back solo homers by Blue and Manley, and they now lead 2-0 as 8, 9, and 1 are due up for the hot corners. Randy Mann leading off here in the third inning against Slakov. First pitch from Slakov is just on the outside corner, 0-1. Dribbled foul, 0-2. Mann quickly behind in the count. Inside, ball 1. Fouled off again by Mann as he pulls it just to the first base seats. 1-2 remains the count. That fifth pitch is skied down the left field line, but it will stay in play. It's hooking towards the corner, and it's off the wall, actually. It's misplayed by Reeves out there as Mann walks into second with a double. What a shot from the backup middle infielder as he puts a runner in scoring position for Stadkleef with no outs. What can the German-born player do here? Lars looks at one at the knees, called a strike, 0-1. Second pitch is swung through, 0-2, a little behind. And the third pitch is skied to the right field. It's shallow. Stanberg rushing in. He's calling for it. He'll make the catch easily for first out, and as he throws it back in to hold the runner at second. Bring up Sox, who's 1 for 1 today, has a single. First pitch from Slakov's ripped to third. It's caught by Hamster, and he'll double off Mann because we thought it was going to bounce. So nothing comes of the leadoff double as it remains 2-0 in the fourth. Here he's going Sachs. He's 0 for 1 today, I believe, with a ground out. First pitch called a strike at the knees, 0-1. Slider called a strike at the knees again, 0-2. Rhubarb quickly ahead in the count. Two-seamer just inside, 1-2. Change up, skied into right center field. James going over into the gap. And it drops because it chose the wrong fielder for me as Sachs gets a double. So it's a double for Sachs. Stokes is now up with a runner in scoring position who also, not only is he fast, he has the stealer trait, so it makes him virtually unthrowable unless you pick him off. 1-0 the count now as that pitch was inside. Change up called a strike to the knees, 1-1. Two-seamer outside, 2-1 the count now from Rhubarb. To Stokes, it's inside, ball 3. That's called a strike, full count now. Heater ripped into right, jumps, dives, it's going to get past him. Sox up with it, runner's trying to score, throw in is not in time as the ball was dropped by Stadkleef anyway. 3-0 Herbisaurs, runner first for Reeves. First pitch line to second, leaping his jumps, he'll make the catch and he'll double off Stokes who's running on the play. 2 outs now as Stewart is up with nobody on. Rubens already had 63 pitches in only the 4th inning. First pitch called a strike. Second pitch swung through, 0-2. And the third pitch on the ground to second, jumps there to field, fires to first, and that's the 3rd out. Rhubarb gets through the 4th, but another run does come across on the RBI single by Stokes. And it's now 3-0 Herbisaurs. 2, 3, and 4 due up here to face Slakov, who's only at 34 pitches, while Rhubarb is almost at 70. First pitch is called a strike on the inside corner at 100 miles an hour. James drills the second pitch into the left center field gap. That's going to get down in front of Sachs, and that's actually going to go past him all the way to the wall as he has trouble misplaying it off the fence. But the throwback in will hold James to just a double. Still extra bases here to lead off the inning once again. Hopefully the hot corners can actually capitalize on this. Staying alive here up now, the 3-hitter, 42 years young. First pitch from Slakov. He checks his swing. 1-0. That was high. That's on the outside corner. Called a strike. 1-1. Also on the outside corner. Called a strike. 1-2 now. As tough out activates for Alive. That 4th pitch is skied into center. It's driving Sachs back to the wall. He leaps and it's gone. Stan Alive, the 42-year-old rookie, has just hit his first career Super Mega Baseball League home run. That first home run just drove in 2 as the hot corners are now down 3-2 in the 4th with nobody out and nobody on for Jeb Jumps. Rookie second baseman takes one outside for ball 1. Second baseman fights that pitch off. He was a little late on it and it's going to get out of play. 1-1. Slakov comes set and delivers the 3rd pitch. His jumps, checks his swing at 1 in the dirt. 2-1. Swings under that one. 2-2 the count now. That's driven to right field. That's going to be a tough play for Stanberg. It's into the corner. He dives, and it lands over his head and bounces off the wall away from him into left center field. Jumps his rounding second. He's got to go for 3. Cut off by Stokes. The throw in is not in time. Jeb Jumps just hit a no-out triple, and now has a runner on third for Bobby Bash. Hard-hitting third baseman up now. Ball outside. 1-0 the count as that changeup missed the zone. That fastball is hit down the right field line. It's off the leaping Manley's glove, and that's ricocheting into foul territory in no man's land. Jumps is going to score easily, ties the game up at 3, and Bash is in with a double. Another hit for the Hot Corners has actually brought the wheels off the wagon here for Slackoff. No error on the plays. That is going to be ruled a double. Bash now standing at second with nobody out for Holmes. Ball, and that fork ball was below the zone. 1-0 the count now. Slackoff comes set. Second pitch is ripped deep to left field. That's going to drive the fielder back to the warning track. Reeves will make the catch. Throw into third. Will not double up Bash as he tags up and moves to third with 1 out now for Burko. Can Burko drive him in? First pitch is just outside. Ball 1. That slider broke just out. Peter ripped to right. Line to Manley, though. He'll make the catch for the second out as Bash is stranded at third. Randy Mann now coming up, looking to drive in his first run of the season. Ball high. That changeup did not drop into the zone as planned. Slackoff behind 1-0. Next pitch is on the high inside corner. 1-1 the count now to Mann. Third pitch hit hard on the ground to short. Stewart up with it, fires. That ends the inning. But the Hot Corners tie the game up at 3 thanks to a 2-run bomb from Alive and an RBI double from Bobby Bash. Top 5 to go. It's 9-1-2 due up to face Rhubarb in more than likely her last inning. First pitch is hit up the middle, and that's going to get down for a base hit in front of James as he gets it back in. Rhubarb gives up another leadoff hit, this time to catcher Fiona Clark. Back to the top of the order now, and Henry Hamster at the dish. First pitch changeup is called a strike on the corner, 0-1. Two-seamer, he swung through that one 0-2. He was looking for another fastball. And here's the slider. That's ripped foul. 0-2, still the count. Peter popped up behind the plate. Stagcleaf moving back, calling for it. Makes the catch for the first out. Gonna bring up Ralph Blue, who hit at the home run one of the 2 home runs last time up. First pitch is called a strike on the high inside corner, 0-1. Change up just below the knees, 1-1 the count. Third pitch swung through, strike 2. Fourth pitch hit on the ground to short. Holmes fields, flips the second one. On the first double play, it's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning as Rhubarb does not let the hit damage her in any way. Bottom 5 we go, it remains 3-3. Here's Stagcleaf up, he'll lead off against Slackoff. First pitch from Slackoff's on the outside corner, 0-1. Strike 2 at the knees, 0-2 to Stagcleaf. That third pitch is popped up. Left side of the infield, shortstop Stewart calling for it. Will make the catch for the first out. Stagcleaf retired. Now Seymour Sox up. Had a single his first time up. That strike is going to be at the knees, 0-1. Ball inside, 1-1. That slider did not break in. That slider did, and that's ripped up the middle to center. Sachs at the warning track makes the catch for the second out. Now to bring up James. 2 outs, nobody on. James looking outside. Pitch way inside, ball 1. That's swung through, 1-1 the count now. That's ripped foul, 1-2 the count now as James is behind. Slackoff's next delivery is high and outside, 2-2. That fifth pitch is hit back up the middle, and James is on with another base hit. That'll put a runner on with 2 outs now against Slackoff. So the pressure's starting to mount a little bit here. Alive up, hit a home run his last time up. Slackoff set. Here's the first pitch to Alive. Hit hard on the ground. Hopper to Stokes. She dives to her right, cuts it off, and fires to first to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Hot Corners in the 5th. To the 6th. Remains 3-3 with 3, 4, and 5 to face Rhubarb. Rhubarb's first pitch changeup is just outside. 1-0. Peter inside. 2-0 the count now. Slider called a strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Peter ripped the third, leaping his Bash. It's just over his glove for a base hit. Throw back in from Alive will hold Manley to just a single. Now bring up Stanberg. 0 for 2 today. First pitch below the knees, 1-0. Second pitch is inside, 2-0. Third pitch to Stanberg. Low the knees, full 3-0 now. Fourth pitch is high. That's a walk for Rhubarb, and that's going to do it for me. I'm taking her out. Yoink Sacks up now, and there will be a new pitcher to face him. Bring in a righty. Could bring in Hayes. You know what? Let's bring in Broseph. Joseph Broseph. Best reliever in our bullpen is coming out. The lefty throws a heater by the first batter, 0-1. Sacks looks at it. Second pitch is on the inside corner, 0-2 now. Slider swung through it, strike 3, and Sacks is down on 3 pitches as Broseph Joseph comes in and gets the first out easily. Now Annabella Stokes. What can she do as the first pitch is inside, 1-0. Slider is grounded to first. It was a double steal on a hit and run. Burko will tap the bag as the runners advance, 2 outs. It's up to Steve-O Reeves. Is going to need a clutch 2-out hit to bring them in. First pitch slider is looked at. He checked the swing, 0-1. Second pitch is called a strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Two-seamer outside and low, 1-2. Slider just outside, 2-2 to count now. Heater grounded to second, jumps fields, fires the first, and Broseph Joseph is able to get out of the jam left by Rhubarb by getting 3 clutch outs. Bottom 6 we go. It remains tied at 3 for Jeb Jumps leading off. Slackoff's first delivery to the plate is going to be on the inside corner, called a strike, 0-1. Second pitch hit up the middle. That's going to get down in front of Sacks, who was charged playing Jumps deep, respecting his power. Base hit for Jeb. Now Bobby Basha, 1 for 2, has an RBI double to his name. First pitch from Slackoff's inside for ball 1. Ball high, 2-0 the count out of Bash as he looks for a pitch to hit. Ball high again, 3-0 the count now as Slackoff loses the zone all of a sudden. Fourth pitch inside, it's a 4-pitch walk to Bash as he tosses the bat away and jogs to first. 2 runners on now for Nora Holmes. No outs. What can Nora do? First pitch from Slackoff is outside. That's a 5th straight ball. There's a strike. Catches just the lower outside corner. 1-1. That's ripped to short. Right to Stewart. Tries to double off Jumps. Is unable to do so. 1 out. Now Burko up. Looking to drive in the runners. First pitch is high and inside from Slackoff. 1-0. Next pitch is ripped to right field. This is going to get down in front of Stanberg. Here we go. Rounding third is Jumps. Here's the throw in. It is on a hop, but just late as Bash moves up to third on the play, and it's an RBI single for Burko. 4-3 hot corners. Randy Mann up now with runners on the corners, only 1 out. First pitch from Slackoff is skied to left center field. Going over is Sacks. He's on the warning track and calling for it. Makes the catch for the second out as Bash will tag from third and score on the sacrifice fly by Randy Mann, making it a 5-3 game. Runner at first now with 2 outs for Lars Stagcleef, the number 9 hitter. Slackoff is set. Here's the first pitch. Swung through by Stagcleef, 0-1. Second pitch hit up the middle. That's going to get down and into the left center gap. Sacks will cut it off, though, and hold Burko to second. Good single from Stagcleef. Keeps the inning alive as the lineup flips over to Seymour Sox. Can the contact-hitting outfielder keep the inning alive? He's going to rip that up the middle. That's going to drop in for another base hit on the first pitch as we're going to send our runner from third. Throw in is just late. Burko slides in under the tag of Clark. And it's now 6-3 hot corners, runners at first and second. And that'll spell the end of the day for Olaf Slackoff as, is he a righty? Chuck Filthwick comes in the pitch. Now Filthwick is new. He is replacing Grump Everbright, who is now on our team. So we'll see what he's all about. He is a K-man, so 2-strike count. You do not want to face this man. He will strike you out. James's first pitch is called a strike on the high inside corner. James behind in the count. Now he looks at one on the high inside corner again. 0-2 as Filthwick now has K-man activated. Third pitch is at the same spot, and that's going to be skied into left center field. That's going to get down in front of the fielders. Throw into second will hold James to a single, but the run does come in from second base to score. It is a 7-3 game now as the runners on the corners now for stand alive. That's a pick off the first, not in time to get James. Here's alive. First pitch skied left center field. Sacks over, calling for it now. Makes the catch for the final out, but the Hot Corners rally for 4 runs here in the 6th, and they give themselves a 7-3 lead to the 7th. 8-9-1 to face Broseph Joseph. Joseph's first pitch blown by. Milo Stewart was not ready for that fastball. He checked his swing. Here, the other two-seamer is low. Well, actually, I think it was just inside now that I think about it. 1-1. Third pitch is called a strike on the high inside corner. He still can't offer at it. Slider just below the knees, 2-2. He had nerves of steel not to swing at that one. Almost went after that high heat. Full count now. Fourth pitch is, that pitch is skied out of play. Still full count. Slider in the dirt, and it's a walk. Joseph lets him off the hook. Want to bring up Clark. Strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Strike on the outside corner now, 0-2. Third pitch, fouled off, 0-2. Fourth pitch, dribbled, foul, still 0-2. Fifth pitch swung through strike 3. She could not catch up to that heater as Joseph gets his second strikeout of the inning. Second strikeout of the day, actually. Henry Hamster up now, runner at first. Two-seamer hit on the ground to second. Jumps, dives, and it's off his glove in the right field. That's bad. Stewart's going to go on the way to third, uncontested. Throw into second's not in time. It's a double for Hamster. He got that off an infield single. Now Ralph blew up. 2 runners in scoring position. What can he do? First pitch, dribbled to first. Burko's going to field and tap the bag. Run scores on the play, 7-4, as the runner also advances to third. Manley now looking to drive in a run. First pitch called a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Slider, skied to right. Sox coming in, calling for it. Jumps, backs off. Sox under it. Makes the catch for the final out of the inning as Joseph only gives up the 1 run. Bottom 7 we go, 7-4 Hot Corners. Now Jeb Jumps leading off here against Filthwick. Strike. Actually, that's a ball below the knees. The slider did not catch the zone. 1-0. Second pitch, skied to shallow center. Going out as the fielders. It's a Bermuda triangle situation, but Sachs calls off the infielders, makes the catch, 1 out. Now Bobby Bash up. Third baseman looks at one on the outside corner, 0-1. Second pitch is fouled off just late. 0-2 the count now. K-Man active for Filthwick. Ball low, 1-2. Swung through it at the knees. Bash shuts down on strikes for the second time today. Filthwick gives himself a little fist bump and knee buckle. And now Nora Holmes up. 2 outs, no one on. Shortstop swings on the first pitch, drives it to left. That's going to send the fielder back to the warning track. Reeves calls for it, makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Nothing doing for the Hot Corners. To the 8th we go. It remains 7-4. Broseph Joseph is done. We're going to bring in Grump Everbright to face his old team as the lefty gets to take on Steve-O Reeves, I believe, who is up. First pitch called a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. It's either him or Stanberg. Dribbled up the middle to second. Jumps will barehanded, fire to first, 1 out. I believe that was Stanberg. There's Yoink Sachs. First pitch called a strike at the knees, 0-1. Screwball just inside, 1-1. Ball inside, 2-1. High heater, 3-1. Ball called a strike at the knees, full count. Screwball hit on the ground to short. Holmes there to field, fires on to first, 2 outs. That'll bring up Annabella Stokes. 2 for 3 today, 2 singles and an RBI. First pitch from Everbright's called a strike on the corner, 0-1. Screwball outside, 1-1. Curveball at the knees, 1-2. Heater dribbled to second. Jumps to field, picks it up and fires. 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down inning for Everbright out of the bullpen. Bottom 8 we go. 3-run game still. Now Burko up 1 for 3 today as an RBI single. Filthwick delivers. First pitch ripped up the middle. That will just be caught by Sachs on the slide. Good effort from the center fielder. Gives us a loud first out. And that'll bring up Randy Mann. 1 out, nobody on for the backup middle infielder. Skied that pitch, shallow center field. Going out is Stokes. She will call off sacks, actually, and make the catch herself. 2 outs now. And that'll bring up Stadcliffe, 1 for 3 today, just a single. All inside, 1-0. Second pitch lined into the shallow center. Tough play for Sachs. It'll bounce just into his glove as Stadcliffe has his second hit of the afternoon. Good effort there from the backup catcher to keep the inning alive as Seymour Sox up now, 2 for 4 as 2 singles and an RBI to his name. Ball inside, 1-0. Oh, ball outside, I'm sorry. Ball low, 2-0 the count now to Sox as he's ahead. Third pitch, ripped the short. Diving to his right is Stewart to make the catch. And that'll end the inning. Top 9 we go. It remains 7-4 as Reeves, Stewart, and Clark are up. And you know what that means, folks? It's time to bring in our closer, Sirloin Jones, to get the save. Reeves leading off. First pitch is a strike on the inside corner thanks to the fastball from Sirloin. Second pitch is just outside, 1-1. Second pitch called a strike on the outside corner again. 1-2 the count now. Change up, hit hard on the ground to short. Holmes dives, it's past her into left field. A single to start the inning for Reeves. No outs for Milo Stewart. Change up, called a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Two-seamer just low, 1-1. Third pitch just outside, 2-1 the count now. Heater ripped into right center field. James going over, that'll get down. Cut off by him as the runner advances to third, and runners on the corners now as Jones is working himself into a jam. Fiona Clark up, and pinch hitter Whopper Batsman will be coming into pitch. Known primarily for his power, they're looking to tie the game up with one swing. First pitch called a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Second pitch swung through the changeup, 0-2. He was not looking for a changeup. He was looking for a heater. Jones ahead, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Two-seamer dribbled just foul as Batsman stays alive. 0-2 the count. Heater outside, almost chased. Check the swing in time, though. 1-2. Changeup called a strike at the knees for the first out as Jones gets him. 1 out now. Runners at the corner still for Henry Hamster. First pitch to Hamster is a high heater that's skied into right field. That's going to get down for a hit. Sox fields it in cleanly as the run scores. Runner to third on the play. Runner still at the corners with 1 out for Ralph Blue. He already has a home run today. First pitch heater hit up the middle. Jumps, dives, it's past him. That's another base hit as it's now 7-6 as the runner's trying to go for third. James's throw in is dropped by Bash. Tying run at third now for the Herbisaurs and Grunt Manley up. Changeup called a strike to the knees, 0-1. Second pitch drilled to center field. James is ranging back towards the warning track. Makes the catch for the second out as the runner will tag from third. And the score is tied as Jones has blown the lead and the save. 7-7, runner at first, 2 outs for Stanberg. First pitch called a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Changeup called a strike at the letters, 0-2 now the count. Two-seamer outside, swung through it for strike 3. Jones gets out of the inning, but the damage is done as the closer gives up 3 runs, and it remains 7. It's now 7-7. Bottom 9 we go as James leads off. Nate Hankey will come in to play catcher and replace Whopper Batsman, who is actually a second baseman by trade. So Filthwick will face James. First pitch hit up the middle. That's a base hit for Geronimo. He will get the inning started right for the Hot Corners, putting their fastest runner on first. Now Stan alive up. Left fielder already has a home run to his name, looking to do more damage. Pick off the first, not in time. 1 out. Actually not out. Runner goes. First pitch is high. Throw down from Hankey is not in time as he has the weaker of the 2 arms between himself and Fiona Clark. So runner in scoring position now for alive, no outs. First pitch into the right center gap. That's going to win the game, folks. James is already on his way around third. He will score easily. RBI double for Stan Alive. It's a walk-off hit for the 42-year-old. His 3rd RBI of the day, and the Hot Corners managed to pull out the win in the end, 8-7, despite the hiccups of their bullpen giving up 4 earned runs. 15-14 hit affair, so it was a much more even game than the past couple of games. Looking at the lineups, everyone on the Herbisaurs lineup except for Morton Stanberg got a hit. Whopper batsman doesn't really count in that because he's a pinch hitter. Same with Nate Hankey. He was a defensive replacement in the 9th. On our side, everyone got a hit except Nora Holmes. And there was only one home run on our side. That was Stan Alive hitting his first career homer. He also drove in 3. And there was 2 home runs on the Herbisaurs side, both solo homers from Ralph Blue and Grunt Manley. And as we look at our pitching lineups here, Rachel Rhubarb goes 5 innings, gives up 3 earned runs. She probably wouldn't have even gotten the win because we didn't take the lead until the bottom of the 6th. Broseph was pitching at that point, so Broseph would have gotten the win. Everbright pitched a clean 8th inning, and Sirloin Jones gets the win despite blowing the save in the 9th. Filthwick is charged with the losses. He gives up the 1 earned run in the 9th inning after 2 1/3 previous scoreless innings. 5 2/3 inning for Slackoff gets him a no decision as he gave up 7 runs himself. Player of your game is Geronimo James, 4 for 5, had a double, an RBI, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base there at the end. Stan Alive is your runner-up for that. He finished in 3rd place with the home run, but he drove in 3 runs. And Ralph Blue also went 2 for 5, had a home run and 3 RBIs, so he's tied with Alive. So that was a very, very close game. Much closer, much more entertaining to watch and actually commentate over. We do manage to pull out our 4th consecutive win, though, so that's good. We still stay undefeated. That's what we like to see. We'll simulate to our next game here to see who we're going to be taking on. And let's take a look around the league. Moose beat the Sawteeth 4-3 in extras. Nemesis beat the Grapplers 4-1. Moonstars hammer the Moose 9-2. Wow. Herbisaurs then lose a close one to the Freebooters 3-1. Heaters come from behind to beat the Beewolves 10-2. Overdogs made a valiant effort, but Crocodons beat them 9-6. And the Jacks shut out the Buzzards 4-0. Good win for the Jacks there. Alright, looking at the standings here in the Super Conference Beast Division, we are the only undefeated team left in our division. Freebooters and Moose each tied at 3-2 for 2nd. Wild Pigs at 2-2. And Herbisaurs are still winless at 0-5. In the Boss Division, the Sandcats and Blowfish both are 3-1, followed closely by the Moonstars at 3-2. Sawteeth sit at 1-3, and the Sirloins winless at 0-4. In the Mega Conference, the Epic Division, Platypi remain unbeaten as they are 4-0. Heaters and Grapplers right behind them at 3-2. Wide Loads at 2-2, and the Beewolves at 2-3. And in the Monster Division, Crocodons sit at 4-1. Nemesis, Overdogs, and Jacks all tied at 2-3, and the Buzzards also winless 0-5. So 2 undefeated teams left. 3 winless teams left. And in game number 5, the Hot Corners will again be at home, and they will be taking on the Sandcats, the first inter-expansion matchup for our Hot Corners, as we take on to battle the Aces, Kerwin Arches versus Yolanda Cooper. Let's see what that matchup will bring for us next time as we check our player development things here. See a whole bunch of guys that lowered their asking salaries, but no one is... Oh, wow. McDonald got even better. His contact just went up, too, because he put new contacts in. Impressive. There is a new training opportunity for Seymour Sox right there. And as you can see, Sirloin Jones' pitch is just getting a little bit more sloppy as he drops 5 in the accuracy rating, which probably contributed to the blown save. McDonald still is asking for a little over 25 mil, so... Overbright gets a little overconfident with their pitching skills. His junk drops just a little bit. So really that effort we put into improving his junk rating on the training is all for naught. There is one for Nori Miyoshi, a juicing program. A lot more power, loss of contact, and a stealer chance. Holmes got new contact. Her contact goes up to 99. Impressive. And Rachel Rhubarb has a mechanics tune-up session, which will give her +2 all around in velocity, junk, and accuracy, so that's good. That's a really nice one. No signings, though, so no one has signed a free agent yet this season. We'll see who draws first blood in that department. Looking at these options, the only one we can afford is Sirloin Jones, and really, we are not going to buy it, so going to pass. The Seymour Sox one is interesting because power is his worst thing. So that might be something worth getting. Rhubarb probably needs this because her junk needs to come up, so does her accuracy. Really, that's a good one for her to get. Might do that one. Not doing that one. Not doing that one. Not doing that one. So this one will be gone next time. This one will probably be gone. And I'm one of the ethical guys, so I'm probably not going to do the juicing program. But I'll sleep on it and see what I think about it next time I play this. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Hot Corners Dynasty. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, and let me know what you think. See y'all in the next one. This is the Nasty One, signing off.